Hey there folks, this is Ruben here from techattack.my giving you a first look of Apple iOS 6 maps, particularly the turn-by-turn navigation feature. Now we're in Malaysia, and when iOS 6 was first released 2 weeks ago, we don't have turn-by-turn, right? But on Apple's site, they actually posted up the list of countries that will get turn-by-turn in October. And guess what? It is already October now, and we have turn-by-turn. This is so exciting. I do apologize, first of all, of the poor quality of the video, because I'm shooting this from my Galaxy Nexus, and we all know how crappy the camera is in Galaxy Nexus. So it's not focusing right now, and now it is. Okay, we're gonna launch straight to Apple Maps, and I've already typed in the destination. This is Taman Segar. Now, Apple Maps is pretty crappy right now. So when I search for Taman Segar, it doesn't show up. No. What shows up instead is Sekolah Rendah Kebangsaan Taman Segar. So the Taman itself doesn't show up, but the school does. In any case, we're gonna navigate there. So I'm gonna press navigate right here, this button over here. It's actually an icon of a car, but it's out of focus. Hold on. I'm gonna go a bit closer. There. Okay, so when I press the button here, it's gonna think. It's gonna connect to the internet, and we get 3 routes. We pick which one we want. I'm gonna pick the closest one, the shortest one. So I'm gonna go start.
Starting route to Sekolah Rendah Kebangsaan Taman Segar.
Hey there, Siri. Okay.
Head southeast on Jalan Sumangat.
Now, notice the map is in 2D, and the only way to get it to turn to 3D, it's actually a bit 3D right now, but it was 2D earlier. Anyway, in order to get it to turn to 3D, like what you guys saw in the Apple's keynote when Scott Forstall is demoing it, in order to get to that mode, you have to drive, and obviously I'm not driving right now. I'm like in the middle of nowhere. And it's midnight. Okay, I'm gonna put it on a tripod. It's actually on my thigh now. So I'm gonna put it on a dock, and as I'm driving, I'm gonna do another video of how it looks like. All right, so I'll be right back. Thanks. All right, I'm back. So now, as we're driving, you can see that it turns into a 3D mode, and it has that sign up the top to tell you how many meters is left, and you can actually change that to feet, but in Malaysia we pick meter, right? Okay, so
turn left onto Jalan Utara toward Kuala Lumpur and Liberia Persekutuan.
So as we reach the junction, it will ask us to turn, and when we turn, it will follow us, and up till the next junction, it will tell us to turn again. As of now, you can see we have 3.3 kilometers left. So the road from here is pretty much straight, right? And yeah, so I guess that's about it. It doesn't have traffic
in 3.1 kilometers. Keep left on Liberia Hubungan Tignerbara toward Jerisan Kuala Lumpur International Airport.
Nice. So just like Google Maps navigation, it will utter out the road name. If you use other apps like Waze or I don't know, Sygic, it will just say turn left or turn right or make a U-turn. But Google Maps navigation and now Apple Maps, turn by turn, it will utter out the road name. So it's pretty funny. If you were to drive around Malaysia, it would just say turn left to Jalan Manis, which is actually Manis, or something like that. The only thing it pronounces correctly is, well, First Avenue. Okay, so now that's pretty much it. We don't have traffic information. We don't have other crowdsourced data like, I don't know, like incidents or traffic accidents like we do in Waze. But this is a pretty good start. I really like this. The only problem is Apple Maps does not have a lot of point of interest. So say if I want to go to Solaris, I can't, because it does not know where Solaris is. If I want to go to Taman Segar, it doesn't know where Taman Segar is. The only reason we're going to Taman Segar now is because it finds that school in Taman Segar. So the point of interest is very bad. That's the bottom line. But we're pretty happy that turn by turn is available, and that's it. That's pretty great. Now this is pretty straightforward, so I don't have to turn much. And the video is still pretty much out of focus. I do have to apologize on that. We will put up a better video soon. This time with two person, one person holding the camera and the other person doing the driving. But that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in to TechAttack.my. This is Ruben signing off. Hey there, I'm back. I just want to add a few things. So I've already reached the destination. Actually, it pointed me to a road that I can't drive in because it's a school. So now I'm actually stopped next to the school, and I just want to add a few things. The first of all is, now when you're looking at the map, you cannot scroll around. It's static. If Google Maps navigation, you can actually scroll around and look forward, but you cannot do that in Apple Maps, turn by turn. At least you can do it in Apple Maps, but you cannot do it during turn by turn navigation. You can, however, pick, I guess. Actually, I haven't tried it. No, you can't. You can do it in overview and scroll around this way, but in driving mode, you can't even touch the sign to see what's next. You can see at the bottom what it says turn right. Right. It's not focused. Hold on. Turn right. No, never mind. We're gonna put up a better video in the future, so you're gonna have to bear with me. So you can't pick the sign, but you can go to overview to see where you're heading and scroll around that way. So it's pretty limited as of now, right? Because you can't scroll. However, if you tap it, you actually get that 3D button that you can enable if you're in a country that supports it. So say like you're in New York, you can actually see the buildings around and as you're driving. It's pretty cool, but we don't have it here. So enabling or disabling only switches between the view, like I've mentioned earlier. Remember I mentioned when you're driving it turns to 3D, you can actually do it manually this way. Pretty cool. Okay, so the button over here is actually an overview as well, but this one is in list form, and this overview is in a map form. You can always jump to where you are, because if you scroll too far, you can jump back. Resume, so it zooms right back in. Alright, so I guess that's it. So now, it's a pretty good start, like I mentioned earlier. It provides basic turn-by-turn feature. Now, one big problem is the point of interest is really bad. So hopefully Apple will improve that over time. So for now, we're going to have to live with this. And then also check out my other posts where I focus on how to use Apple Maps, how to make Apple Maps better with Foursquare. Because Foursquare has a lot of point of interest, like restaurants and all that. So you can use Foursquare, pick the place you want to go, say Taman Segar, right? Or a restaurant of your choice. So once Foursquare finds it, open that location in Apple Maps and use the navigation that way. Because at the end of the day, we need turn by turn only to get to that location. So if you want point of interest or recommendations, usually you use Foursquare for that. So I guess we're in a pretty good shape. We have alternatives for everything. So for traffic, we don't have traffic information. We have Waze for that. And for point of interest, we have Foursquare for that. So we're pretty much good for now, because even though Apple Maps is still pretty bad terms of point of interest. But the turn-by-turn is pretty good on its own. And yeah, I guess that's it. So we're gonna put up a longer video in the future with another person holding the camera and while I'm doing the driving. So for now, this is the first look of Apple Maps turn-by-turn navigation. Thanks for watching. This is Ruben for TechAttack.my, signing off.